Okay, my name is Mark, and I'm an alcoholic. I'd like to thank Patrick for inviting me to come and share my strength and hope, and I'm really honored to be here and in this room and with all of you, because I couldn't have done the extent of days that I have, well, with God's good grace, in 3 days I'll have 9 years.
Right on.
And that's a miracle. And that's what I want to talk about, is the miracles. And I'd like to say congratulations to all the birthday guys. That's awesome. And Kristen, chip taker, keep coming back, because it only gets better. You know, I definitely qualify as an alcoholic. I did other stuff too, but you know, I took it as far as I could. I didn't get sober till 54, and I drank in my garage. I peed in my pants when I went to car races. I peed in the bed. I peed on the couch. I did every demoralizing things you could do, but it never really stopped me. It didn't affect my drinking, not in one bit. And at the very end, it cost me my marriage. My kids weren't happy about it, and I didn't have anything. I really did not have anything. My ex was kind enough to drop me off at this detox place in Pasadena, Del Martin. And, you know, and I had to sign some divorce papers. That was the last thing she said, is like, she said to the doctor, you can have him because I don't want to ever see him again. And I had to sign these like papers. And I was thinking, that's really not very nice. But I was beat up. I was really, really beat up. Health-wise, you know, I wasn't eating. I was a morning drinker in the garage, you know, and I didn't eat much. I couldn't keep it down. So basically, spiritually, physically, mentally, I was toast. So toast. I was in a fog for a long time. And I like my friend Joe over there, he was sharing once, he said, I was so down and out and busted up, things couldn't get worse. And then the floor dropped out. And you know what? I could recognize exactly what he said, because he was talking my language. If we had said that to like a normie, they would say, oh, that's funny. But if you say that to an alcoholic, they know what you mean, because it's hell. And a lot of us, you know, come and looked at what hell looks like. And I know it is for me, because, you know, I had nothing. And so in comes God, and I'm going to call him God. I'm not a book thumper. I'm not a preacher. I think that your relationship with God is your relationship, and I kind of keep mine private. But it's my complete story of this miracle that we talk about. And so, you know, I was spiritually broke. And the thing is, I actually had a lot more going for me than I knew at the time. And I had a lot going for me, actually. And what that was is, I had that desperation. I was given this desperation of, this is it. You know, I'm 54 years old, and it's not going to get any better if I continue what I'm doing now. So I was desperate for any kind of change. And I knew, you know, I had tried so many times before to stop drinking. Just like it says in the book, I tried everything, all the different ways to do it by myself, and I could not. But when I came through this detox, and then I went straight to rehab, things changed, and things changed dramatically. I had this new God in my life, okay, and I asked him to relieve me of this craving for alcohol, and it came about, okay. I was able to stop, and it was the most amazing thing. And so I am a believer. That's it. I believe. That's the miracle that I was given, and this gift of just the relief of that craving for alcohol was my first step, and that's all I needed. And so from there, I just became willing and open-minded enough to follow the program. And it wasn't easy because I have a lot of personal character defects, okay? And so, you know, they say sometimes fast, sometimes slow. I was always on the slow end. But it was when I finally shut up and just started listening to people in this program that I started to get it. You know, you hear all the cliches. I always hated cliches. Now I think that every cliche that's ever said is completely true. It's true for someone because it worked for them, you know, and I love them all. Like I say, I was like 54, and I was with this rehab group, and they were all 20. And we were going around in this white van, you know, and they used to go to this young people's meetings and mixed meetings, and I thought that was awesome. We smoke cigarettes and eat their food, and so it wasn't until that I got serious and started going to men's meetings, you know, that I started to get this thing. And so it was God, and it was every one of you out there that kept me sober. And what I did is unfortunately I went through a couple sponsors. They just wouldn't do it the way I wanted it to be done. And I know now that everything they said was correct. And I had one guy, he was really tough, and so I did a lot of meetings in like my first 90 days, and so I built this base up, and I think that's what really helped me. So Christian, if you hit a lot of meetings, because it really helped me. And so you kind of need that base when things start to go bad, or you start to get squirrely, because I was squirrely for the very first year. And so when things started to clear up, what I started to realize was I was learning all these things that I didn't learn when I was drinking. You know, we say it's a program of growing up. I certainly wasn't growing up at 54. I had to learn a lot of stuff, and I was an idiot and a jerk, and but I slowly got better. The more I shut up and listened and followed directions, the better at it I got. And so that's really my story. I dedicated myself to this program and the people in it. And I found out I can't really talk to a normie the way you can talk to another alcoholic. And that's basic. You know, I golf with these guys that drink, and they go, "Oh, that's really sad." And then, you know, I talk to another alcoholic, and they go, "I know exactly what you're talking about." And so the power of talking to another alcoholic is unbelievable, and it's the only way I can do it. And it's like we all benefit from talking to each other. And so I hung around people that seemed happy, you know, and it really worked. You know, I got 3 years, and then I got 6 years, and I'm coming up on 9 years, and I'm still learning. I swear to God, it's all about God, because I still have a lot of character defects. Maybe when I get Paul's age at 10 years, I'll be better. But for right now, I have still character defects that I have to work on. And but what I have gained in those years is, I've just learned that, my relationship with my higher power has taught me how to understand myself. So when I get rid of all that crap inside and I open up my heart to God, that's how I learned about who I am, really. The closer I got to Him, the closer I got to myself. I didn't need to be grandiose. I didn't need to brag. I don't need to lie now. Even if I catch myself in a lie, I don't need to lie over that lie. I picture myself in a sailboat, and I'm like going up the 15 towards Vegas, and the road is crowned, and there's a double yellow stripe down the middle, and I'm trying to steer that boat right down that yellow line. And the closer I stay to that line, the easier it is to do this program. The farther I stray off that line, if I start to lie, or if I start to deviate from things that you do in this program, it gets really hard to control that boat, and it goes fast. And so, I just try and stay down that yellow line, stay in the middle of the pack. I don't do, my program's not the best program, but I need to stay in the middle of this group, and I need to talk to other alcoholics, and stay close to my higher power. And I'm still learning. Oh my God, it's crazy. This is a miracle. This program has changed my life like you'd never believe. And I like myself now. Things that I work on is forgiveness. I had a hard time, and I feel that if I forgive people for whatever, then I'll be given forgiveness. It's what you have to clear out all this crap and forgive people, let it all go, and then maybe they'll forgive you for what you've done to them, type of thing. And so it's an ongoing learning process, but it's for sure a miracle. Christian, I'm so glad you're here. 7 days, I had a hard time doing 30 minutes. I swear to God, just keep coming back because, look at Scott. I love it hearing him share. He only shows up on his birthday, but it's a great share, and you get wisdom. When you have 35 years, 36 years, you have wisdom, and people look up to you. And I look up to people that have a lot of years, We were at dinner and with Monty and another guy, Kevin, and another guy that was seen at the restaurant came up and talked to us, and they all have 30 years plus. And they all go, Mark's turning 9 in a couple of days. And I felt like I was a newcomer, which is fine because I'm still learning, and it's a beautiful program. Thank you guys so much. I love all of you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark.